The NGFA OSHA Alliance is bringing many benefits to the industry in addition to the Stand Up for Grain Safety Week. Here to talk about the positive benefits to the grain industry through the OSHA NGFA Alliance is Eric Wilkey. He's chairman of the National Grain and Feed Association. Mr. Wilkey has over 30 years' experience in grain facility management and is currently president of Arizona Grain. He's been a member of the Arizona Grain Research and Promotion Council since 2004 and is a past chair of that organization. Eric, thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Really happy to see the next generation, the young leaders join us today. We always need to keep bolstering our ranks, no question about it. And the other thing I wanted to comment was the comment about a safety culture. A culture really is something that we believe in our company. It's something that you really start to think more. It's not just about yourself, but it's about the people you work with. And I think establishing safety culture is key to a good safety program. So thank you for those remarks. I'll start my comments and give you a little background and history. But first of all, special thanks to Asmark Training and Institute for hosting this important event. I would also like to recognize our state affiliate, the Grain and Feed Association of Illinois, and especially Executive Vice President Jeff Atkinson for his hard work in helping to organize and MC this major safety outreach. The NGFA has a long history of providing workplace safety and health within the industry. In the late 1970s and 80s, the NGFA launched a first-of-its-kind fire and explosion prevention and research program in which the industry devoted more than $3.5 million to pursue research into the causes and ways of preventing these catastrophic events with the sole objective of saving lives. This research resulted in fundamental changes in the grain elevator design and led to new safety devices and equipment that was followed up by an aggressive education and training program. We have also worked with OSHA on education and training to facilitate compliance with the grain handling safety standards promulgated in 1988. The NGFA and OSHA began a new chapter in our partnership in September of 2017 by signing an alliance agreement that provides an opportunity for our industry and the agency to work together more closely to expand access to safety information. The alliance fosters more regular interaction with OSHA officials and staff to increase ongoing communications, leverage resources to maximize worker safety and health protection, and raise our industry stature as a proactive leader in enhancing worker safety and health. Under the alliance, our initial objectives are focused first on alleviating hazards associated with grain bin entry, machine guarding, respiratory protection, falls, heat, combustible dust, struck by, lockout, and tagout. Since the alliance was signed, NGFA and OSHA completed a major safety outreach effort, the Stand Up for Grain Engulfment Prevention Awareness Week in April of 2018. That helped raise awareness about grain bin engulfment hazards, provided education and training, and conveyed safety best practices to employers and employees nationwide. Overall, the event was a major success, and we'd like to thank OSHA and industry representatives for helping put that together. OSHA also continues to participate in several regional regulatory compliance seminars that NGFA conducts in partnership with state and regional affiliate associations. These seminars provide an opportunity for stakeholders to learn about emerging grain safety issues and to discuss safety priorities, including grain bin entry, combustible dust, and fall protection. Today, through the Alliance, we launch the Stand Up for Grain Safety Week, starting today, March 25th through the 29th, to help raise awareness about grain handling and storage hazards, provide education and training, and convey safety best practices. NGFA is pleased to launch this effort in collaboration with OSHA, as well as the Grain Elevator and Processing Society, the North American Millers Association, the Grain Handling Safety Coalition, and the American Feed Industry Association. Companies throughout our industry may participate by providing a focused activity or toolbox talk on topics that provide information to workers about hazards, protective methods, and the company's safety policies and goals, exceptions, while also serving as an opportunity to hear feedback from our employees. During the Stand Up for Safety Week, we also encourage employers to provide opportunities for employees to engage in various activities at their work sites, including training exercises, hazard hunts, audits of prevention measures, corrections of any identified slip, trip, and fall hazards, and a review of lockout and tagout, as well as housekeeping measures and procedures. Participating companies are encouraged to fill out information about the safety activities on the Stand Up website, which provides training materials and a certificate of participation. The NGFA provides several online resources, including safety tip sheets, guidance documents, training videos for companies wishing to become involved in Stand Up for Grain Safety Week. We also encourage companies to share engulfment prevention practices with their farmer customers to promote bin safety on the farm. I'd like to recognize several NGFA state regional affiliates that have participated actively in Stand Up for Grain Safety Week, such as the Agribusiness Association of Iowa, the Grain and Feed Association of Illinois, the North Dakota Grain and Dealers Association, the Pacific Northwest Grain and Feed Association, the Michigan Agribusiness Association, the California Grain and Feed Association, the Minnesota Grain and Feed Association, the Missouri Agribusiness Association, the Oklahoma Grain and Feed Association, South Dakota Grain and Feed Association, Texas Grain and Feed Association, and the Wisconsin Agribusiness Association. So in closing, NGFA again thanks OSHA for its partnership in this important effort, as well as our collaborators at Jeeps, NAMA, the Grain Handling Safety Coalition, the AFIA, and state and regional affiliates. Further, we look forward to continuing work with OSHA through this Alliance program in the years to come. And let's remember that enhancing safety in the workplace is everyone's job, and we're committed to making it a focused priority every day of every week. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric, for sharing the benefits of the NGFA OSHA Alliance with us and how it's working to make the industry safer.